Alrighty. Let's go. Let's do this. Oh, this is a great start. I'm loving life right now. Okay, alright. How do we fix this? Okay, we have no picture. Excellent. Okay, well, at the very least we can paint. So that's something. Ugh. That's an excellent start. Hello, beautiful. How you doing? I appear to be having some technical issues. So this is good. I'll turn that off for a start. Okay. Alright, so I suppose at the very least, this isn't the worst it's been, which I suppose is good. But yeah, no, for some reason, I don't seem to have any picture on my actual picture, which is kind of frustrating. How do I fix this? Ah! Alright. Come on. Come on, don't do me like this. Okay, good. All right. It's just doesn't feel fair. Oh, okay. All right, we're good now. I have literally zero idea how I got it to actually work, but here we are. All right, cool. Good. Ugh. Stressful 100. Okay, alright. We still might end up with some technical issues, but I guess we'll just have to see how it goes. But at least we have purple drank. So that's something. Although one thing that I've just realised as well is my follow account. Kind of all over the place. What's going on there? No, it's not that. It's not that. I don't want latest subscriber. Most recent. Hey, there we go. Perfect. Beautiful. All right, cool. So we are now here. Okay, let me just change the scene first as well. Just to make sure that everything actually carries over, which it does. Excellent, good. Alright, cool. So this is the fella that we've got to paint at the moment. That should be fine. For some reason, I feel like this looks a bit worse than it did last time. I think this is actually better. I guess. Alright. So, where we were with this guy. Let me just change the focus. Hello Sam, how are you? N should have been more like L for the giant L that we were experiencing with the start of this stream. Okay. Still feeling like ass. You might skip Cambridge tomorrow. Yeah? I mean, if you're not feeling good, and a tuna omelette just doesn't sound good, you know, I mean, it's only a Thursday off, isn't it? It's not going to be the end of the world. Okay. So I'm really trying to decide what to do with this fella. But I am really happy. So there's been a little bit of like paint running, but for the most part, this wet palette's actually done pretty well. All things considered. Fucking dick. You know what, should we use this one instead? Not this one. But otherwise, mate, how have you been? Have you been well? You know, apart from the bad belly issues notwithstanding. I had a delivery today of a bunch of hobby bits and pieces, which is good. I've been waiting on it for a while. They finally arrived, which is great. Really good for me and my cultist horde. Did I get? Okay. So feast your eyes on this. So I got a bunch of stuff. First of all, I got green stuff. So that was actually the thing that I was like waiting on. Everything else was already in stock, but it was just that was kind of like holding off. Got a bunch of magnets. So these are. Yeah, these are... Hello, Joey. How you doing, mate? Yeah, these are... I think... There we go, yeah. 3mm and 5mm magnets. I've got 20 of the 5mm ones. So for vehicles, anything like that. And 80 of the 3mm ones. which is pretty chill. Pretty good. Let's see. I've got a bunch of arms as well. So this is for my Dark Apostle that I'm working on. So they're gun arms and they're also weapon arms as well. It's the weapons, not the gun ones, sorry, like the pistols, but yeah, the actual weapons that I'm looking for. They've also got like these extra like pauldrons and stuff, which I'm really happy about. They just look kind of like, you know, a bit more interesting, really. I also have some Chaos Books of Damnation. Yeah, you know, they're either like books with like faces on them. So you can see like this one here has got like a face pressing out of it. Or they've just got like 8-pointed stars on, something like that, you know. And they're nice and raised as well, so I can just dry brush over the top of them. They look kind of good. Really? Here I've got some tiny magnets as well, 2x1mm magnets. So, you know, specifically just for arms and stuff. So if you've got any characters or anything like that, this is what we get. Cultist gas masks. So you can kind of see them kind of like that. Again, like, you know, cultists and gas masks just kind of like tend to work, I find. And I'm really looking forward to using these. And finally, I've got just some regular kind of like assault rifles that I can use as autoguns, which I'm going to be very happy about. So I definitely need to clean these ones up though. All of these resin pieces, they're all got like, you know, covered in flash. Yeah, I definitely want to give them a bit of a clean down. But these are all the bits that I was waiting for to like embark on, you know, the more difficult stuff. So hopefully, I'll be good to go for everything else that I want to work on. That's great. But yeah, that's what I've got so far, and I'm very happy about it. It's very cool and good. But yes, hello Joey, how you doing, mate? Welcome back to the stream. It's been a while actually since I last saw you. I hope you're well. As you can see, I've taken a bit of a changeover from our usual regularly scheduled stuff. So I do collect figures and I like to paint them as well. But I very rarely seem to be able to find the time for it, so combining this with my actual time sink is something that's quite nice, I find. How are you? How are things over in the good old US of A? So I was a bit concerned actually that the blue that I did over here was like a little bit too hard, but now I'm dry brushing over it, it looks a lot better actually, a lot kind of like, you know, off-white, kind of like blue tinted. It was good. Sam, what are you working on, mate? You got anything, or are you just taking a chill pill for tonight? Starting some more Terminators, and then you're gonna attempt to play some more Silent Hill? very cool and good though, mate. That's right, I'm not going to talk. Once we're up to the debacle that was Soma. I mean, Soma's not even that, you know, much of a difficult game in theory. So I sure do make it seem like it. Same with Phasmophobia, actually, now that I think about it. Recesses as well. This is nice. Very cool and good. We're just gonna touch louder? Okay. Sorry, I was listening to music as I was getting on doing my stuff. Anyway. But thank you for calling it, mate. Appreciate that. There we go. That looks more like it. Really good once we've done all of his metal and what have you. Okay. Right, what to work on now? So I might do another layer for his armor, maybe. Just to cover over the bits that I haven't quite managed to do yet. Nice little fully coloured pot. thing is, no one's really going to notice it, I don't think, apart from me. And I suppose whoever I'm actually like, you know, on stream with. But, you know, if you can't do it right, what's the point of doing it at all? Hello, mate. When's the first battle going to be? When I get more than 3 models painted. I think in order to have a full-on battle, we're probably going to need... Well, I'm probably going to need... Ooh, I don't know. At least 15 of my guys painted up. So 3 is a good start. But yeah, the speed that I do painting, I mean, honestly, like, ice ages happen faster. So that's that, really. But I guess we'll see. Anyway, how you doing, George? You alright, mate? Yeah, I know, right? I've got this guy as well that I'm under no illusions I probably won't get around to. If it's taking me on average about 6 hours just to do like a model, then yeah, it's gonna be a long old day, long old time. But yeah, and I won't be painting tomorrow for the stream. I'm going to be doing some city skylines because I do miss it. I do quite like it as well. Sure, I'll have any time to paint as well because I've got like gardening to do and stuff. And then I'm going to London on Friday with some friends for a night. It's going to be that. So yeah, I'll get around to it. London, you good? Cheers. Got up at a decent time tonight. Yesterday was just crazy. Do you want to tell us about it, mate? What have you been up to? Or was it just work? Bless you, Charlotte. Yeah, work. Slept yesterday from 11 AM to 9:45. Yikes. That's rough, dude. How did I hear that? I hear a lot of things in this house. And I think you maybe sneeze a little bit louder than you realise. Shocked that I stayed in the lines there. And there we go. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, it's not too bad. And then for the most part, should be all good. Just going to move the light for the time being. Ooh, there's a lot here that I've actually missed. You can't quite see it because my guy's body is in the way. You can trust me on it. Yeah, not good enough. Oh, let's do it. bits of black as well, what I've just missed. How did I miss that? Beauty. Nice, okay. Alright, good. Cool. Still a couple of bits and pieces left to do. Mostly here. So that's done. Yeah, alright. Satisfied. Just clear up that bit. Beautiful. Right, and then this bit here. So you can kind of see it. It's a little bit lighter than it really needs to be. Good. These little rivets, we'll do those too. Just to make sure his gorget's done alright. That looks tasty to me. Beautiful. Cool. Alright. So, now, let's see whether or not... Oh, look at that. The metal's still actually wet from last night. That's good. That's very good. Okay, my man, Dr. Nick. Definitely gonna have to tidy this up, I think. Actually, just so you can see the paint that I'm using too. Don't know whether or not you'd be interested, but you might be. Okay, so this one right here. It should be KK slider. Yep. Clay K slider. Pumped up kicks.
This guy just has... Yeah, we'll do the skull now. Okay. And we'll do his little... Well, for want of a better word, let's call it a belt buckle. I suppose it kind of is, isn't it? It'd be really good if I could avoid painting anymore. So yeah, it does look like a belt buckle. This guy's styling. He's got that future tech, the future drip. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only fashion.
Apparently Tic-Tac-Toe has a new unique skink priest called Itsy Bitsy. That's awful. But I saw there's yeah,
there's been an update, I think, for Warhammer 3. And I heard that Warhammer 2 also got an update as well. So I can't say that I'm surprised, but I am, I think, horrified? Not horrified, but it's just a bit silly, isn't it, really? Oh yeah, I forgot that you're a Lizard Man stan. Let's just do this entire knee pad. Okay, right. Let's get a bit more of this out. Maybe if I just... Do you know, to this day, I've never managed to play Lizardmen and actually stick with it. There's just something about them I just can't do them. The great thing about painting Chaos Space Marines is that their armor works as kind of like guidelines, which makes them super easy to paint. I mean, for everybody else. For me, it's still difficult, but you make it work. There's something as well that I've got. There we go. Oh, I'm not sure what that was. Better run, better run. Do-do-do-do-do. Better run, better run. Okay. Okay, right. I think I've nearly done this kneecap. Big T as well, I think. I'm still not sure. Okay. I think we're doing alright. Good so far. Nice, okay. And then we can move on to the rest of the leg. Okay, I'm just going to slightly over this, right? Tidy that up later. Come on. Come on, we got this. Let's go. Hello, Bob. How you doing? Welcome back to the stream. We're continuing with our boy, Dr. Nick. He's looking straight fire tonight. Hopefully we can actually finish him off as well. Been working on the metals now. So I've done his chest plate, knee, belt buckle, and now we're starting working on the leg. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I've been doing some gardening earlier today. Well, mind you, you could call it gardening. Basically, I'd like taken off a bunch of branches and stuff, and I was just basically burning them. But if that's gardening, then that's the sort of gardening that I can get behind. 11 life. Aside from that, I haven't really been up to a whole lot of anything really. But how am I feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty cash money. Got a nice drink. A Parma Violet Gym liqueur. And some lemonade. Delicious. This is just going to be the foot, so I'm not super concerned about this. But even then, it still looks pretty good, look at that. But yeah, other than that, I'm pretty good, pretty chill. And yeah, I'm feeling confident about this guy as well. Though not at the moment because I've just messed up. Sounds fabulous. Yeah, it was alright. Wasn't too bad. Although I kept on forgetting that like smoke really irritates my eyes. That's really bad, which is a shame as well actually, because like making fire is like, it's such a primal thing. You know, it's so much fun. You know, maybe in the same sense as the you know, the infamous sex arsonist, where that guy feels, maybe. Yeah, you know what I have to do. We'll give the underside a little bit of a tidy up as well. Yeah, alright. This is how we're looking so far. Stayed within the lines and everything. Beautiful. Oh yeah, we had a plumber over as well to do a little bit of like painting, because our dashboard, our skirting board got like rotted basically, so it had to be taken off. Yeah, our plumber replaced it because apparently they also do like painting and stuff and like fresh skirting boards and things like that. Yeah, no, I asked him if he wanted a coffee, but we only had oat milk. So I introduced him to oat milk and he really liked it. Why would you turn a plumber into a virgin like that? Yeah. It was his choice. He didn't have to drink it, but he did. I'm gratified to say that he enjoyed it as well. So yeah, there you go. That's that. And to be fair though, I mean it's like vanilla oat milk as well, so it's not bad. It's pretty tasty. Yeah, he really liked it. It's the superior choice. You're damn right. Although I still have my coffee black. That's how I like it. I'm the chattiest of coffee drinkers. Just give me the bean water, that's it. The PB special. Yeah, okay. Okay, this one feels a little bit trickier. That's fine. We'll make it work. We will make it work. Bean juice, that's it. That is literally my coffee order. Black Americano, bean juice. I had it one time where like the barista got really confused. This was in Starbucks, of course. Of course it's in Starbucks, it wasn't Starbucks. But yeah, she was like, what coffee would you like? And I was just like, just black Americano. And she was like, do you want milk? And I was like, no, just the bean juice. And then she was just like, what? And I was like, the bean juice. You know, because I'd already said it. Like, you know, I didn't feel like I really needed to elaborate or anything like that. But she wouldn't let it go. This was a while back, mind. I've learnt now that my questionable jokes, which are only one step away from being dad jokes, really. Sometimes they just don't land. You're absolutely starving, so you're just gonna lurk and get some food. You got in late and showered and washed your booth straight away. Lady, I just want straight bean juice. That's right. You go and get your food. Your lurking is always appreciated. Always love it. I hope you have something delicious. The only thing that I ask is that when you come back, you tell us all about it. You let us know exactly what you've had. I had some jacket potatoes and they were fuego and they had beans on them. We also got some really, really cheapo tofu nuggets as well. So like just breaded tofu lumps, and they were nice too. Dry as fuck though. Real dry. Is this music from Persona? You think you're feeling a toasty? Oh, toasties are great. Okay, so it probably was music from Persona. Yes, it was the poem for Everyone's Souls from Persona 5. That was the latest one that we listened to. So this is all like, well, not just Nintendo, it's just like lo-fi streaming. The one before that was Snow Mountain Lo-Fi from Super Mario 64. And this one is now Game Over from SNES Beats. No, I was right. Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, no, toasty sounds great though. I like a good toasty. Still to this day, like one of my finest purchases was my panini press. Oh, God, I love that thing so much. There's something about having a panini press and just being able to like make yourself a really nice hearty, like I'm not going to pretend that it's healthy because the amount of cheese that we put on that stuff sometimes is just like ridiculous. But it's just nice to be able to like make a really easy dinner like super quickly. Never get bored of it. Never ever. Okay. Alright, so now I've got to get into like all the tight bits and stuff. This is where this paint scheme ends up like falling apart. But I seem to be doing okay so far. Okay. I'm also going to try and make things more difficult for myself as well. I might do the skull on his leg just there. I might do that in an actual, like, bone colour. Toasties are elite. You're right, toasties are elite. I don't think toasties get anywhere near enough love as they're supposed to. Toasty gang, rise up. Dr. Nick, you are looking super fly. Here's a question for everybody. If you're going to get a toasty, what is the one premier toasty that you're going to go for? Imagine it. Setting the scene, you're at a coffee shop, you're at, I don't know, you're at home, you've got your toasty maker. You're at a restaurant and they're just like, we'll make you a toasty. Any toasty, your choice of toasty. What is it that you want? What do you go for? I think for me personally, something with brie. I think maybe like a nice brie and like sweet chili. A little bit of spinach in it as well. Whoa, delicious. Now you're talking, that's what's up. I have to tidy this up, that's alright. That's okay. Go. Yeah, definitely some areas to tidy up. It's looking quite nice so far. Bless you, Charlotte. Let me know if it's creepy yet. really awkward. And again, you can't really see what it is that I'm doing. So you just have to bear with me, guys. Definitely messed up a few places, but for the most part this looks alright. Alright. Looking good. Hey, Gummer, how you doing, bro? Welcome in, welcome in. Bring yourself in from the cold. I hope you've got your snacks, your drinks, and everything like that all ready to go. We are in it for the long haul now. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go over bits, but we're looking good so far. I'd say that's mostly the legs done. In fact, I'd say it is the legs done, really. Just gotta do the skull just there, which I'm going to do bone colour. Tabard, I'm probably going to do in red. Maybe do some very minor highlighting across the undersuit. Brown leather for the pouches. Off green for the grenade. This. Well, I know it's supposed to be a melter bomb, but I'm probably going to treat it like it's a specimen jar. Your PC crashed as soon as I spoke. Oh, no problem, mate. Yeah, I just welcomed you in. You know, head on in. Get your snacks and your drinks all ready to go. And your paints, of course.
Yeah. But yeah, this is Dr. Nick. Let me just change the focus slightly. So yeah, I've given the arm and the backpack a little slight grey bluey wash. It would actually, you know what? It'd probably be a lot easier if I just did it like this. Or maybe not so much. Alright, bear with me. There we go. He's looking great now. I mean, the white isn't looking that great. It's like it's brighter than the sun. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Just got to tidy up the silver. Or rather, tidy up the areas where I went over. But yeah, you're right, he is getting there. Slowly but surely, we are conquering this beast. And yeah, so yeah, just tidy up the areas where he's gone a little bit over. Browns on the pouches, green on the grenades. Specimen jar, do that as metal. Slight grey highlights as well, just on the body glove. Shoulder pads, that'll just be straight up metal. Gun, for the most part, metal, but I'm probably going to follow the same as Barry here. So, mostly metal. I might do maybe like the top panel. I'll just do as a black or something. And then, yeah, again, mostly just like silver on the trim. Silver on the magazine catch as well, but black on this top part. Let's see, where else we silver trim, silver innard. I'm probably gonna have to re-go over a lot of this in white, but that's okay. And then yeah, do these metal bits, and we're good. What's the warband's name? They're the so the chapter that they were was the Celestial Phantoms. But when they got declared as traitors, they had to leave their home behind, which is called Morcal. So they've now changed their name to the Phantoms of Morcal. It's all nice and poignant and yeah, all of that good stuff. Yeah, I thought so. Actually, like, figuring out a name as well without it just being like ridiculous or something was a little bit difficult. But luckily, because I drive all over the country, I come across some places that have very odd names. Or quite unique names. So, yeah, I ended up going through... Where did I go through? Morcott. And yeah, just used that as a basis, changed a couple of syllables around. A couple of letters around as well. And there you go, boom. We've now got a fully functioning warband name. I've done it again. Come on, you bastard. There we go, okay. I'm getting all right. This is the bit that I'm like most concerned about because one slip and I'm gonna end up like really messing up somewhere.
Space Marine chapter names are always weird. They always are, aren't they? They're always like, I don't know, like the Angels of Vengeance, the Blood Drinkers, you know, the Storm Lords, Ultramarines. You know, it's not good enough to just be Space Marines. They've got to be the Ultra Space Marines. The Mantis Warriors. Yeah, exactly. Like, what does that even mean? Of course, when I was into Warhammer, when I first got into Warhammer, they were just coming out of Rogue Trader. And they still had the Rainbow Warriors. Which is like, just, no, that's just like the ultimate cringe. And the Space Sharks. Oh, no, don't you mean the Astra Carcharodons? If you want to be fancy. Which always makes me wonder as well, right? Like, if that's their, the Carcharodons Astra, the Space Sharks. Because, like, that's their name in... Don't go dissing the Space Sharks pro the OG, that's true. But, so, like, if they've got a high Gothic name, but low Gothic they're known as the Space Sharks, then does that mean that, like, every chapter has, like, a high Gothic name and a low Gothic name? Because their high Gothic name is going to be in, like, some form of, like, Pig Latin, isn't it, really? Oh, they do 100% rock, though. Like, they're, to be fair, the coolest thing about them is their chapter master. I forget what his name is. But he's like a scary-ass dude. It's not Astarion Moloch, that's the chapter master of the Minotaurs. Or Minotaurs, whichever you prefer. I don't know what the guy's name is. But there's that artwork of like them fighting in the Badab War. And I think it is actually like a Mantis warrior that's like facing off against him. Or it might be an executioner or a lamenter or something like that. But he's got like one arm left. But he's still carrying a power sword and he's still ready to fight. But the Space Sharks chapter master is just looming over him and I'm just like, there's no chance in hell that he's going to come out of that alive. Definitely not in one piece. Yeah, Tiberos the Red Wake, that's the one. Which, in all fairness, right, not only is it shark themed, it's also like metal as fuck. That's a really cool name. Yeah, the poor lamenters. They can never catch a break, those guys. You have his model. Oh, cool. It was a Forge World model, wasn't it? Yeah, fortunately. No, I really do like it. To be fair, I mean, as far as like lore and stuff goes, the Space Sharks definitely have it more interesting because they've still got like an element of mystery about them as well. They've just been in the void between galaxies. I mean, that's not a forgiving place to be at the best of times, and they've absolutely not experienced the best of times. But they just hang out until like they discover somebody like, you know, doing some sort of bullshit or something like that, and then they're just like, it's hunting time. And that's it. Out of the deeps they come. Come to mess you up and ruin your day.
which also explains as well, because like they've got they're basically one step up from Chaos Marines in terms of like the amount of arms and armor that they actually have. But I like the there's that fan idea that they're either I mean it's kind of pointing to the fact that they're Raven Guard, but they're Raven Guard that were like on the cusp of being excommunicated. You just had your first fight at Pyramid Head and it was super awkward and you just shot him until he sadly walked away. Poor guy just wants to plow mannequins in peace. Yeah man, that's right. You know, he's just like, oh, this guy's ruining my day. Can you not please? But yeah, no, because there's the fan idea that they're either Raven Guard that were like on the cusp of being excommunicated from following a captain that was like way too bloody, or they're like loyalist Night Lords. I'm not sure which one I prefer. To be honest with you. Definitely gonna have to tidy this up. Ugh. Crap like cracker. That's okay. Loyalist Night Lords would make a super interesting new chapter. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, you prefer Raven Guard. I mean, as far as they go, in terms of like doctrine and stuff, they are extremely similar. But in terms of like outlook, they couldn't be more different. So they do make for a very interesting dynamic between the two. Like I said, I'm not really sure which one I prefer. I actually quite like the Raven Guard. But I think my heart is really with the Night Lords. Although I could do without their Primarch being a big sad emo all the time. That could be kind of nice. That's close, nearly got a blob on there. There we go. Hey Beans. I think the whole Loyalist Chaos Legion thing is kind of lame. Do you think so? Because it makes sense that some of them... Because it was a civil war, not just between legions, but sometimes between companies as well. You never saw the Night Lords connection. They don't use fear tactics much. I mean, they are terrifying, but... Yeah, no, I can see your point with that. Is this really how some people spend their time? That's interesting. Yes, Beans, it's called a hobby. And yeah, we all enjoy doing it. I'm pretty sure we're all painting as well. So obviously, you know, I'm the only one that's actually streaming right now.
Really trying hard to stay within these lines and just like not fuck this. If I do, I'm gonna do a lot of work that I've just done. Yeah, I've definitely fucked some of this, but that's okay. Alright. Cool. Now to tidy up the mess that I was originally trying to tidy up. Loyalists from traitor legions are the most interesting. They flew in the face of their legion and Primarch. It shows that they have their own morality and character. Now, it always came off as a bit edgelordy to me. Oh my god. We have a civil war in the chat. I've got to say, I do kind of more agree with Sam in that sense, only because like it's difficult to kind of reject everything you've ever known, and essentially what is like, you know, whole reason for being. You know, I know obviously some writers, they do write it better than others, right? You know, so maybe like the edgelordy ones are the ones that are just like, oh, you know, I'm gonna be different, that sort of thing. Like, if they're written as just like Mary Sue's, that like, you know, are like itching for a reason to rebel, definitely edgelordy. But the ones that like they feel their world kind of like tumbling down and they're just like, you know, all they know is kind of like their bonds of brotherhood and stuff, then, you know, they're doing it for the right reasons. I think because they're following their conscience more than anything else. There we go. The ones in the heresy that refused to rebel were cool. Yeah. So I think the example that a lot of people use is Barabbas d'Antioch, who was like an Iron Warrior that refused to rebel. Because he was like part of a garrison force anyway, and he was just like, nah, fuck this. Rylanor is the coolest character in history. He really is, actually. Fulgrim's one of my favourite books, I think, which a lot of people don't like. I don't get that, but I really like Fulgrim. Just because it shows, like, you know, Saul Tarvitz, Lucius, Rylanor, Eidolon, they're all good. Most chaos is written is super edgelordy. They're evil for evil's sake. I like the ones that tragically fall, or the thought ones that stick with the Imperium but keep their evil ways. Adds a lot of moral depth. Yeah, so if you think like the Marines Malevolent, which is a really on the nose kind of like name anyway, but they're like out and out, like they're pretty cruel and indiscriminate in the way that, like, you know, they prosecute their mission. They are evil for the sake of good, but at the same time as well, like, distinctly unlikable. At the same time as well, like, you know, reading the Horus Heresy series, you can see like the tragedy of the fall from like book 1 all the way through, and like just book 1 to 3, seeing like the trajectory of Horus and his like tragic fall and his kind of like corruption by degrees is just like a tragedy, essentially. I mean, that's the only way to explain it. You just don't like the ones where a new chapter exists and they're from traitor stock, or have a dark side and need to contain my evil nature. Yeah, no, that is whack. Flesh Terrors, the Imperium's like, they're pricks, but they're our pricks, damn it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
like, first of all, they shouldn't be using traitor stock anyway, because, you know, I mean, they're excommunicate for a reason, right? You know, I mean, obviously, like, new canon notwithstanding, with like Belisarius cool kind of like, you know, making chapters out of everything, and Rowboat Girly Man's just like, ooh, Belisarius, you better not be using that gene seed from that box over there. And he's just like, nah, nah, I ain't using that. But then when Rowboat turns around, he's just like, but I kind of am though, aren't I? Wink. Yeah, that's silly. It's so silly. Not a fan of that. Alright. We have a perfect shoulder pad. Yeah, no, that is silly. And also, I wouldn't recommend doing stuff like that as well, because it basically, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't, like, ham it up, but it's really convenient. It's like plot convenience for the sake of convenience. Grey Knights may or may not come from traitor stock, and doing good things while fighting your evil nature is like the entire Blood Angels thing. That's true. You know, and you can contrast that as well with the Dark Angels. You know, so like they do good things, but they're also like really questionable because they're trying to hide like a guilty conscience or something, I'm guessing. You know, to the point where it's almost like a parody in and of itself. It's just silly. Hello, Scouts, how you doing, mate? But yeah, I always thought that Grey Knights used like gene seed from the Emperor, or is that now being alluded to being something else instead? Because I haven't been keeping up with the lore as much as I used to. Because I know they say as well, like with Custodes, they're not like traditional Astartes. The way that they're made is kind of like something else, you know? It's like they're not kind of like developed in the same way as Astartes because they don't have like a gene seed. They're kind of like bioengineered. So I'm like, you're watching the Newcastle game. Absolutely unacceptable. But also welcome, mate. I hope Newcastle won, or at least it was a draw. That you had a nice time. Okay. 1-0, my guy. Hey, very nice, mate. Very nice. Very good. That money's paying off. They do, but I think the first actual founding recruits and members were Death Guard loyalists. Might be wrong on that because the Horus Heresy series made Grey Knights founded super dumb. Yeah, so they were known as like Malcador's Knights Errant. So they also had like Garviel Loken from the Sons of Horus. Nathaniel Garrow from the Death Guard. A few others as well. Yeah, there was like some World Eaters in there as well. Thousand Suns in there. Apparently their first Grand Master was like Janus. But Janus was originally a Thousand Suns. And he had a different name. But then he's also like a shard of like a soul shard of like Magnus the Red, which is like really like thuggy, you know? Can't remember what the guy's name is. I think it was Ammon. But I could be wrong. Let's have a look. Oh no, Reviel Arvida. Sorry, yeah, Ammon made an appearance in Taming the Horus, like the Black Legion series. But, yeah, Reviel Arvida. He was a member of the Corvidae cult during the Great Crusade. That's it, that's the one. But yeah, it's all silly. It's so silly. But, you know, I mean, that's 40k, isn't it? It's weird how some writers make chaos out to be tragic villains of circumstance and others are like panto villains. You're right. I think if they lean into tragic victims of circumstance that see no real way to like turn back, they're always so much more interesting like that. You know? But at the same time as well, like, you know, one black library writer is not the same as the other, unfortunately. You know, and like the panto villains, I think it's easier because people don't really understand nuance. Thank you, Charlotte. Appreciate the bits. 10 whole bitties for me. Lovely. But yeah, no, I like, the Tragic Victims of Circumstance. So if you've read the 10 horror series, I've only read the first book, but Abaddon comes across as someone who is actually smart. Like, you know, the Horus Heresy has been and gone. He's kind of gone into exile, but the way, excuse me, there's room for both. It may vary from perspective. That's the other thing as well, actually, because everything is canon for like Warhammer. Everything is canon. Nothing is reliable. That sort of thing. Which is, you know, I mean, it's okay because there's a lot of like interpretation open for things, right? And one person in a book may be like narrating a story or something like that, and then like it gets changed over time because like there's nothing set in stone. But like when they're a victim of circumstance, providing that they're not like, you know, oh, I can't fight my nature, something like, you know, because that's just, ugh, you know. But like when they're just like, all right, obviously, you know, this is how I believe, like, you know, the Great Crusade kind of like fell apart and the Horus Heresy happened. I believe that we're on the side of good. And then over time they come to realize that actually they are the baddies. It's like in Peep Show. You know, when they're just like, wait, no, not Peep Show. Is it Peep Show? No, it's not. No, the Mitchell and Webb look. That's it. When you know, they're both like in SS uniforms, they turn to each other and they're just like, are we the baddies? You know. I like to think that, you know, they feel like they're the ones that are illuminated and enlightened to, like, you know, the true way of the world, and that the Imperium is falling apart, so they will do what they must in order to bring about like a better future. That's really good. Our hats off skulls on the man's. Yeah, exactly. You know, I can just imagine like Khan the Betrayer like turning to one of his World Eater buddies and just like, wait a minute, these belong to people. I've been taking these for 10,000 years. You know, and then the other guy's just like, yeah, but the skulls look cool. And he was just like, the skulls do look cool. Yeah. The body is just fucking nuts. Well, that's the thing, isn't it, as well, right? Because, like, for the longest time, they were just berserkers. But now they've got a thing. So the Emperor's Children. I quite like the Emperor's Children as well, actually. But, like, the Khorne berserkers, they do actually have moments when they are lucid. And they can, like, actually, like, put plans together and stuff. And they're just like, all right, this is what we're going to do. This is the plan. And everyone's just like, all right, yeah, that's the plan going forward. But they're still, like, you know, twitching or something like that. And then as soon as, like, the boarding ramp drops, like, that's it. The plan's just out the window. And they're just like, blood! You know, same with the Emperor's Children as well. Like, at least they can have elements of actually, like, thinking ahead. And they can just be like, all right, we're gonna fuck everything. And then we're going to destroy it, and then we're going to fuck it again. And we're going to make some music while we're doing so. So, I haven't really followed much about, like, Motari and everything, but I do feel like the Death Guard are really tragic. And the Thousand Sons are the most tragic out of the lot. You know, all Magnus wanted was just his boys to, you know, have a future, basically. And he was terrified of mutation and stuff. So he made a Faustian bid a gambit to make sure that they would be okay, and it still kind of all fell apart. But at the same time as well, like, if he had actually followed his father's orders and he hadn't used his psychic powers, he wouldn't have destroyed the webway, and he wouldn't have damned mankind to having to use the warp all the time. So that's that. But yeah, no, I've heard that Mortarion is a jerk, but he's not as much of a jerk as Typhus. So there's that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take a quick break, just to go and get a refill for drink and actually like get up and walk around a bit. So I will be back in about 5 minutes. Go and get yourself some drinks, some snacks, all of that good stuff. We'll be right back with... I think we'll start doing... We'll do the gun. We'll do the gun first. Okay, so we'll do metal on the gun. And then we'll move over to the white arm. And we'll go from there. And then maybe, when I actually start adding colour to it, you'll be able to see what it is that I'm actually working on. Great. See you in a moment. Alrighty, we are back. Hello, my cherubs. How are you all? Okay. Do you ever get this thing, right, where, like, you get up from doing your painting and stuff, and then you get back, and then you look at it, and you're just like, God, what do I do? Where do I go? What have I been doing? Or is that just me? Is that just me thing? It is probably just a me thing. I think I'm chronically kind of, like, questioning why I do what I do, when I do, as I do. The figure has come on a bit. It's looking good. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I think I've done all right. Because what I was doing was sticking my ring light just here. Then you can kind of see it like properly. But then it's also like fucking so bright. It really is. Here we go. So you can actually see the whites now. Oh, that's not bad. It's ever so slightly off-white, but the metals are really looking nice. Really cool. And actually, it's a complete accident, but the inside of his arm there as well also looks like it's got a lot of depth to it. I'm really happy with that shoulder pad as well. It looks like really clean. Although, just realised actually there are little bits. You can kind of see them right there. I have to redo it. Damn it, Liam. If you hadn't made me look, I wouldn't have noticed it. Okay. Alright. Let's get back to it. This is always the problem, man. Like, you know, well, yeah, you might not notice that I did. I've also noticed as well, whenever I'm doing like any sort of like really close painting or anything like that, I hold my breath, which is like so silly. There we go. There we go. Alright, that's fine. That's okay. So, young Liam, have you given any more thought to collecting your Adeptus Mechanicus? Or are you still... oh, did you actually read any of those ebooks that I sent you as well? Or have you not got around to it yet? It's okay, by the way, if you haven't got around to it. Because we all read and get on with things at our own paces.
Dun, dun, bum, bum, ba, da, do, 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 do. You haven't got round to it yet, as your evening is taken up by my streams. Oh no. Priorities, mate. What comes first? I mean, at the moment, obviously, it seems like my streams, but you know, I wouldn't want to get in the way. Wait, no, that needs to be metal. Oh, great. Also, I only stream 3 times a week. What's going on? Don't you go blaming my streams for your lack of ability to read. Alright, this one I won't have to worry about highlighting so much. As long as I get the edges done, that's fine. Perfect. Okay, alright, now we're on to the big bit. So the one benefit that I do have is that the trim on here is a lot bigger. And the white should really make it pop as well. Fair point, but you have football on the days that I don't stream. You have to read them in the van. I think so. Yeah, to be fair, it's a shame that I didn't get the audiobook version, because then you know you could just like slap a headphone in and call it a day. I think the majority of the ones that I gave you are like a really good primer, at the very least for you know, an introduction into Warhammer. I don't think they're necessarily great for like you know, for your guys, like your Adeptus Mechanicus. And actually, as far as it goes, they don't really have a huge amount of books like available to them, which is strange because like they're one of the key players in the setting. Unless you look at like the Lord of Mars series or the Horus Heresy book Mechanicum, which I also have. But yeah, I've got the Lord of Mars series. The first book of the Word Bearers Omnibus as well is actually really good. To kind of like understand the inhumanity of the Mechanicum. Oh, shit. Brutal Cunning has a Mechanicus priest character point of view, and the rest is an orc being a silly boy. That's always good. We love that. We especially love when orcs crump anything. Here we go, lads. I'm so tense right now. You still want the Adeptus Mechanicus? Oh, okay, that's good then. It's always good to round out the factions that are available for us. Can't have too many people going Death Guard now. Slightly fucked it. Only slightly though. I think I can easily fix it as well. Just a little bit. There we go. Still have like no idea how people do this. God, it makes me so tense. Okay, right. Okay, no one's gonna see that bit. That's fine. Practice. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, right. I've gone ever so slightly into the white. I just realised as well. Maybe I'm just overthinking that now. Okay. Okay, alright. Wish me luck. I'm aware I'm not really chatting much. Sorry guys. Just really, really trying hard to make sure that like I don't mess this up. And I've just messed it up. Not live. Yep, I've definitely messed it up. Oh shit. It's kind of blobbed out a bit. Okay. Okay, right, so if I do a really light wash with some white, kind of work. Alright, so we won't know until this is dry. I'm fairly happy with that. Let me just change the focus just a bit. There we go. Yeah, I'm dead chuffed with that. You know what? You're damn right. Silver on white does look great. Actually, yeah, that gives you a really nice contrast, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. Man, I feel like taking another break. Like that was so tense. Oh my god. I've just realised as well, so we got back at like 20 to 10. I was spending 35 minutes just doing that one shoulder pad. Oh my god. Alright, we're not quite there just yet. At least that's what it felt like. Oh man. There we go. Okay, right, so now we've got the reductor, then our fecium, all of that good stuff, and honestly, I think I might just do silver there, silver on the little chain blades, And then I might do these, just a couple of extra colours, like some greens maybe, some more reds. But I won't do that until I've also done the tabard. I'll get quicker with time. Yeah, I think so. I think so. It's just practice makes perfect, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, let's get it on. Like Donkey Kong. Okay. Nice little spiky bits, my man. Be wary, I'm a doctor. I'm the doctor. The doc is in. Okay. I just got to do the underside and then we're good. Yeah. Okay. I'm just wondering, maybe I should just do the entire blade in like a silver and then give it a wash with some Nuln oil and just call it a day. Because I don't think it really makes a whole lot of sense for it just to be in like a block white. As nice as like that colour is, and it is a nice colour. It's got like the very slight kind of like blue tinge to it. And that way as well I can also do highlights on other parts. I mean, it looks a bit dirty, but that's okay. going to do... do that. Actually, I might as well do the whole lot in silver. It's part of the same thing. And then I'll just do a wash with normal oil just to give it some depth. Which makes sense. I mean, if you ever look at like a chainsaw blade or something, it's just a bunch of different lengths. And it doesn't necessarily get differentiated between. Yeah, that looks good actually. Okay. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. So this actually look quite nice. Alright, cool. Okay, right, in terms of metal, I might end up regretting this, but I'm going to do one of these tubes. Metal colour. And then I'm going to do one in like a brightish red colour, I think. intense, guys. I feel like that guy in Toy Story 2 that's like called in to fix Woody. He spends all of his time just like shaking. But yeah, his rivets are done. Looking good. Okay, right, so now I've got these bits here. It's tiny rivets just on here. I'm gonna try and get those done. He's only gone and done it. Okay, now what? I think doing these bits in metal would make sense. There we go. Okay. You're looking good, my man. You're looking good. Okay, right, that's that silver bit done. I'm not really sure what else to do with his backpack, to be honest with you guys. Apart from maybe like a wash. Or something, you know, just for the little venties. I suppose I could do this bottom bit, a bit of metal. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's see. I would do a careful dark grey wash in those recesses to give it a bit of definition. Just be careful you don't stain the rest too much. Can never have enough washes. Okay. Okay, just a tiny wash. A tiny wash. We'll use this Known oil. And this is going to be like the tiniest of washes. That was good. Very nearly poured my entire Known oil onto my model. That would have been great, wouldn't it? Here we go. So that's what we've got so far, and I think that might actually be just a bit too much, but that looks fine. That's practically nothing. Okay, here we go. Good. And then the same there too. Looking nice. Yep. Nice, okay. Okay, right, I'd say the washes have been a bit of a success. Looks good to me, that's actually got some real definition to it. Cool. All right. Okay. Gun time. Okay, right, so okay. Yeah, you guys can't actually hear it too well. There we go. Okay, right, so this should, in theory, this should be the easy part. Okay. Okay. Don't you worry, Dr. Nick. Nearly finished. I, for one, am super jazzed about it. Okay. Half left. Come on. We're so close. Whee. Oh yeah. if you ever like really struggle, you know, you'll be sat there and you'll feel it, right? Like the creep, and you'll know that like you're so close to doing something wrong, you don't know what it is. Okay. Nearly there. We are nearly there, chaps. Okay. Okay, alright, I gotta shoot now, Funnel. Yeah, take it easy, George, mate. Thank you for popping in. Your eyes are itching, you're gonna have to call the painting tonight. See you later, guys. Look forward to seeing the post-stream pics. Yeah, man, for sure. Like, I'm not gonna be on for too much longer now, probably another 10 minutes or so. But, yeah, I'm really happy with where we've gotten to so far. So you guys take it easy, look after yourself, and look after each other, and we'll see you next time for the next stream. We'll be on tomorrow. But I think I'm going to give the painting a rest for this week at least. Just because, like, you know, it'd be nice to go back to form. But this has been really good. Very good, very cool, very chill, very swag. I've still got to fucking highlight this guy as well. That's okay. be fair, my eyes are itching as well. They've been for quite some time. I'll tell you what though, guys, this is probably the cleanest that I've ever actually managed to do. Okay, alright, so I've probably got time for one more thing to do. Still got to do his face, oh my god. Still got to do his rebreather. I mean, the rebreather is going to be easy actually, so yeah, let's just do that. I've got to do flesh tones as well. Why did I choose this? I could have just given him a regular helmet. He would have looked baller. Would have been great. But, oh no. We just have to make something interesting because we've got an apothecary. He's going to have to look good because he's part of the command crew. Spends this time yelling, "Get over here." Fighting others in Mortal Kombat. Cool, and I'm thinking as well, I might raid out to, let's see if Lewis is still on. He is still on. So let's see, 5 viewers. 5 viewers. Why not? We could go over to another hobby stream.
Let's try something else.
Okay. One last bit.
Nice. I like that. Okay, one last thing to do. I'm going to tidy up the underside of that rebreather. Very nice. And then we're going to get some brass. I'm going to do a little colour up of the bolt shells, and then that'll be it for me. Alright. That'll be it from me. Right. Fuck it out. Oh man.
my back, my neck, my everything. My shoulders, my arms. I am dead ting. Okay, how many people have we got in? 4 viewers. I don't think that's enough to really raid out with. Because I think all you guys are just here for me. Alright, cool. But yeah, this was it. This is my apothecary, Dr. Nick. I'm very happy with where we are with him so far. Let me just change that view up just a bit. Yeah, it's a shame about the lighting for some reason, but you know. How about the contrast? I fiddle the contrast just a bit. Yeah, I mean, you know. That's probably the best we're going to get. Okay. Yeah, alright. So, yeah, Dr. Nick, looking pretty good, pretty fire. So, what we've managed to do is, okay. So, I've added a bunch of silver to his trim. So, you can see there, all of his trim is now done. We've tidied up his paint job as well. We've done the grey shoulder pad again. His gun now is, you know, fully metaled up. He's got brass bolts as well. Loving that. His rebreather mask is also done in silver, as you can see. Shoulder pad, probably the most difficult part. So silver on white, looking really nice. Again, same for this as well. We'll do a wash over all of that stuff, and that will look pretty tight. I might actually do that now really quickly while I'm still here. And then, yeah, we've added a couple of little bits as well to his backpack. So I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy with it so far. Yeah, so I'm just going to do a real quick wash. Just over his little blade here. I've actually wiped off all the excess as well. There we go. Alright, and that is already looking a lot deeper, and yeah, it's looking really nice. Okay, alright, so that's it now. We're done. We're done with painting. I've had a lot of really good fun, to be honest with you. Thank you for everybody that's been sticking with me so far. Really appreciate it. It's yeah, this has just been really nice, and yeah, it's been just really good, really cool, really chill. I really appreciate you all being there. So yeah, that's it. All right, stream tomorrow. Tomorrow at 8 PM again. It's gonna be a game actually. So I'm gonna be knocking painting on the head for a little bit. Not too long, but just long enough so that I can kind of like come back at it with fresh eyes. I might do some painting off stream if I find the time, but we all know how that goes for me. I.e. doesn't usually happen. Yeah, no, it's been really nice, really fun, really good. I've really achieved some things as well, and I really feel like I've learned quite a lot too. So if you feel the same, thank you so much. I hope it serves you well, and I will see you tomorrow at 8 PM sharp as well. Oh, cheers, Sam. Appreciate it, mate. Oh no. Hey, I managed to get paint on my webcam. Whoops. Yeah, no, this has been really good. Like, I mean, look at him. Look, he looks great. It's crazy to think as well that I've actually been working on, like, detail this small. And yet here we are. Actually, let's see, can I... Oh my god, this is such a better close-up. Kind of. But not. Ah, who cares? Alright. They'll be in the Discord. If you wanna if you've been lurking, first of all, thank you. If you want to hang out in the Discord, come say hi, do all of that good stuff, you can do that right there. If you want to catch up with me on the socials as well, I post pictures and stuff on Instagram, do things on TikTok, all of that stuff. Go check out that link tree. I do have content that I'll be uploading eventually over on YouTube too, and it'd be great to see you there. But yeah, otherwise, make sure to follow if you haven't already. If you don't want to follow, that's fine too. It'd be lovely though for the October goal to actually make it. We've only got 11 days to go. 125 followers. We've only got 121 because somebody left, bastard. And yeah, good. Alright, that's it for me. See you guys later. Take it easy. Love you all. Look after yourselves. Look after each other. Be great. And see you tomorrow.